E-tolling appears to be on hold at least until Parliament reconvenes in February next year, and the NPA has more than doubled the charges against an alleged pedophile from Knysna. Ambusisiwa Khatebe with the latest news update. E-tolling appears to be on hold at least until Parliament reconvenes in February next year, after the National Assembly decided to roll over the transport bill required to implement the tolls. The National Assembly ends its session for the year today. The court challenge to e-tolls also resumes next week when the opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance, Outa, and National Roads Agency, Sanral, return to the North Gauteng High Court on Monday. Meanwhile, the IFP in Gauteng has become the latest party to join the DA, COSATU, the Automobile Association, and other civil organizations to oppose the tolling system in the province. The IFP's Bonginkosi Dlamini.
As IFP, we are really sick and tired of the government's insistence and deliberately closing its ears on the overwhelming rejection of these e-tolls, and because there's the argument that this is not going to affect the poor, it's only going to affect 2% of these road users, does not carry water, because your cars that are ferrying food, basic foodstuffs, are not going to be exempted.
The police ministry says it should not be compelled to compensate gun owners who voluntarily forfeited their guns to the state to be destroyed. Senior counsel for the police ministry, Andrew Breitenbach, was arguing in the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein. The Justice Alliance of South Africa is appealing a 2010 ruling by the Western Cape High Court in the state's favor. The Justice Alliance of South Africa spokesperson John Smith says an earlier court ruling in 2009 had caused thousands of legal gun owners to believe they would be compensated. COSATU says the Reserve Bank has missed an opportunity to cut interest rates. The Labour Federation was reacting after Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus announced that the repo rate would remain unchanged at 5%, leaving commercial banks lending rates at 8.5%. COSATU's Patrick Craven maintains cutting the rates would have promoted job growth and lessened the debt burden on consumers. Craven says the Reserve Bank and the Treasury have not changed their mindset to one that promotes economic growth and poverty alleviation.
We need to do everything we possibly can, just as President Lula did in Brazil, to promote small business and job creation. And lower interest rates are one of the ways in which that can be done, by making credit more readily available to the emerging business community, and also to relieve the debt burden on many workers who borrowed money on houses and cars and so on.
And lastly, the National Prosecuting Authority has more than doubled the charges against an alleged pedophile from Knysna in the Southern Cape. The former estate agent initially faced 36 charges, which have now been increased to 81. The charges range from rape, sexual assault, abduction, and the production of child pornography. The accused allegedly paid one of his first victims from 2001, who is now an adult male, to procure 3 young girls. He was arrested in May after allegedly raping an 8-year-old girl. The Circuit High Court at George will decide on a trial date on the 18th of next month. The man will remain in custody. Catch the latest news on the hour on SABC radio stations and on Newsbreak Option 1.